Mama sat down with Sue over at Courageous Connections, a therapeutic horsemanship located here in Washington State. Our friend Trace from way back in episode 4 is from there, so it's always nice to see a familiar face. Take it away, Mama.
My name is Sue, and I'm here representing Courageous Connections, which is a therapeutic horsemanship program that was started in 2017 by my cousin and I. We were out on a horseback ride one day and talking about things that we wished we had done, and both had this vision, this common vision of opening this place where people of all ages and abilities could come and spend time with animals. Wow. And then we learned about therapeutic horsemanship, that such a thing existed. And so we got our training and started in 2017.
That's amazing. So you guys have been around for about 4 years or so?
We have. We started doing adaptive riding with people with various challenges, Down syndrome, kids that were on the spectrum for autism, and other diagnoses. And we did that until we were shut down, like the rest of the world, in March. But then we're allowed to reopen in September with an unmounted program. So our focus now is primarily on mental health. And,
yeah. So tell me, I'm just curious. So what does the program look like pre-COVID? So during the times and hopefully post-COVID, what does the program look like for if somebody were to participate in the program?
So with the riding part of the program, we have sidewalkers that will help to walk along beside them. We teach them to, the basics basically of riding, how to rein, how to stop, how to go. With the unmounted program, which we were doing before COVID shut us down for people who were unable or didn't really want to ride, it's more about learning to groom the horse and lead the horse and developing a relationship. We're very committed to the relationship part of our community, both with the horses and with the staff and the volunteers.
That's an amazing program. And it's just great that you have that element, that piece of the program that you're able to continue despite all 2020 has brought us. But it's just so cool. Do you have any specific stories you want to share, or anybody, like any just success stories, whatever that means to the program, that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think just to give you a broad view of the people that we have had come through, we had a family who were dealing with their sibling who had taken his own life, who came through and spent an afternoon with us doing some team building activities and sort of learning to work through and be able to communicate with each other about the grief that they were each feeling. We've had young teens with anger management problems who, when you're with the horse, they learn to be respectful and kind in how they communicate. And we have a mental health professional who works with us and has helped those people who need it, and in this case, helped this young person understand that she could carry that behavior at home and at school and other places as well. We had a young foster child who we were his third home in just a matter of years, who was so shy and withdrawn he would hardly interact, who is now just brimming with confidence and resiliency just from spending time and realizing that he could, make this big animal his partner. Yeah, it's great.
That's just, it's amazing just to hear just, what you're able to do with the work of, and you mentioned that these horses are your own horses. So yeah, your cousin's horses. So how long has she had the horses? And I guess, tell me a little bit more about like the training that might go into the horses themselves to make this a successful thing.
Horses, it really is a personality thing rather than a training. So these horses she's had for 15 plus years. And so we know them very well. We also have other people who donate the use of their horses for our program. And they're basically just horses with a good temperament. All horses tend to mirror humans' emotions, but they're just basically horses with a good temperament are a great fit for this program. So there's not special training for that. It's really just a feel for how they are.
That's amazing. I got to work with horses. One of my fourth grade teacher growing up was an absolute just adored horses, loved horses. And so I got to, as part of our program, we learned about them, the whole curriculum. And then we would each near the end of the year, after we learned everything, we would go and spend the night up at horse camp. And so that was part of our program. And you learn so much about just taking care of an animal and that bond and how to ride and like all of it. And it's an amazing experience that just, for anybody, it's a really good thing to learn as you're growing up. So I can appreciate all the work that you guys do. I've seen a couple of cool videos too. So my coworker Sam sent a video of one of the horses playing soccer, which I just absolutely loved. It's so sweet.
That is Trace, and he absolutely loves to play soccer. He can be challenging when we're down there with clients because once he's seen the ball, when we're trying to lead him through an obstacle course with cones, he thinks he needs to kick at everything. But he truly is.
That is so sweet. They really do have, their own personalities. I mean, they're just like dogs. With our dog, I mean, they have their own personalities, and I can definitely relate to, just knowing that they're a good fit. Their personalities really depend. I mean, our pup here is the same way. Like we're hoping at some point to train him to be a therapy dog after all the obedience and everything. But you can tell by the personalities that he would be a good fit. So that's very cool. So if our viewers want to participate or support in any way, what is the best way to do that, and what opportunities might they be able to help with?
So we always need volunteers, and you don't need to be horsey. Mm-hmm. Having people to help us with our newsletters and social media, all of that is very important to us. One of our goals for this year is to try to get a mini horse, as well as a modified man. They're great for people that are just a little too intimidated to work with a full-size horse. Mm-hmm. But you can also take them anywhere. You can take them to a substance abuse clinic. You can take them to a senior citizen center. And so that's our big goal for this year, if anyone wanted to donate to help us meet that. And then if they just wanted to go to our Facebook or our website, what we mostly would like is just for people to know where we are and that we're here to help. We're fortunate enough to get some grants for scholarships, so we can help people with financial needs to be able to come. And it's magical, truly magical and life-changing, and we just want to share it with as many people as we can.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We will absolutely make sure that we add the links to everything in our interview and on our show, so that people can access and check out your pages and see the awesome work that you continue to do.
Great, thank you.
Great. Well, thank you, Sue, so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks, Sue, for joining the program, and be sure to check out the full interview on our YouTube and Instagram pages on Wednesday.